keep it tidy.
Tidy whiteys. Yeah, that's the way we're going to start this. We need to start with tidy whiteys. But no, for all those who are listening, this is definitely a tight, quick little. Hey, how you guys doing? Remember fantasy football? Yeah, that's right. We do play that every once in a blue moon, and that moon is going to be rising shortly. It's kind of crazy to think.
This might be the earliest in the year podcast that we've ever done, but obviously for good reason. It's not just to talk about our regular league. Like, we kind of have something else to throw out here.
Yeah, we do. We have a quick topic that we want to discuss. So, again, Bryan here. Obviously, you can hear Sean on the other end. We also have recurring special guest Nick Legit with us. You say hello.
Hello.
On his really
that is not AI, that's for sure.
No,
it's not AI. It's me in the flesh, and I'm happy to be here with my compadres.
Yep, here we go. The three amigos. We're going at it and gonna get this one knocked on out. So feel like this has been a subject that everybody is kind of aware of. I feel it's been talked about or briefly discussed at times, but I think it was something where we were hoping to put this podcast out to kind of get the seed planted back in everybody's mind and gauge the interest about trying to do something like this.
This is a PSA. This is we'll keep this as quick as we can. Just wanted to float this idea out there, get some general just details so kind of what's being proposed, and ultimately see if other people are down to try something a little different in addition to a regularly scheduled.
Okay. Yes, and that's probably something that we need to reiterate. So this podcast is not about our normal league. Our league that's been running for God knows how long now, since like 2010, I think, was when it started.
Yeah,
kind of crazy to think.
This will be more of a sidebar, but we felt like rather than throwing new ideas out via group text and things like that, that's kind of tough to get details and get the gist out there. We figured, hey, let's just use the podcast and shoot it out to y'all that way, so you can kind of get a better idea.
Now, Nick and Sean haven't seen this yet, but anybody who has followed the link and is watching the video on YouTube, I think you will know exactly what we're talking about because of our, handy AI assistance that I've got going on. So yeah, for Nick and Sean,
all our followers are gonna break the news before us. So.
Before we even actually get to the topic we're trying to talk about, everybody already knew the second they clicked into it. So we've got a nice little fantasy football Dynasty edition, we're calling this. That was kind of the idea that we did want to talk to everybody about. Again, I feel like we have briefly discussed this before. This idea of doing a Dynasty league, trying to get as many people interested. We really. I feel like we really feel that we got a really good group of guys with our current league.
Yeah.
Everybody knows each other really well, super friendly, super fun, super competitive. And I feel like with all of those qualities together, that would just make for such a fun, I don't want to call it hardcore mode, but something just really different. But at the same time, kind of keeping it fun and light and entertaining and challenging. Because I will say that's the one thing that I feel is kept me really going in our current league, is that it's never felt stale at any point in time. It always feels like it's been super, super competitive, and I think that is because of the crop of guys that we have. that everybody is very knowledgeable, everybody is very active, and I feel like those are all good qualities to be able to carry over to something like something like a dynasty league.
Yeah. Yeah. So I know, we want to start up a brand new dynasty league, and again, it would have no overlap, or it wouldn't take anything away from keeping our redraft the same as it is every year. Like, that's just always such a fun time, and the dynamics of the redraft and being able to do our draft every summer, and just everything that we like about it all stays the same. But yeah, I think it'd be pretty fun to do a dynasty. I know some people in the league are already in dynasties or have maybe done them before. And I think there's some people that probably have never done them before. I know I've never done one before, so
myself.
I've just been.
Yep.
Yeah, Bryan, yeah, you've never done one. Nick, you're in one with people not from our league, right?
Yeah, randos, as I like to call them.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah. And I think, whether other people are in a dynasty with friends that they have, or I know that dynasties can be a little bit of like, there are some randos in there, because I think it is kind of challenging to get at least 10 people that are into doing the dynasty mode, because it is a lot more of a commitment, and it lasts obviously more than just, you don't reset every year. Like, you're building something for the long term. So you're kind of going into it expecting that you're going to be doing this for many years, not just like, oh, I don't know, I'll try it once, and if I don't like it, I'll just bow out. Like, that doesn't work too well.
You can break your kneecaps.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So be aware.
But maybe we should, because I know some people haven't done, I don't know. I'm not sure. I'm almost positive Phil has never done a dynasty. I don't know about Misha. I don't know if you guys do either.
I don't know.
I would think that Nate maybe is in one or has done one before. Do you guys know? Have we talked about that, like at the drafts or anything?
Yeah, I feel like there's been random talks about it, but I can't remember like if Joey had said that he had participated. I don't know about Will or
I don't think
or,
Joey's in one. I know Joey's in other redraft leagues with some other friends. I'm not sure that he's ever done Dynasty before. I don't know about Will. I don't know about John. Obviously Chris, we know.
Yeah, and Chris was
in
actually
one, and he's the commissioner of his other one, right?
Right. And originally we were hoping to have Chris on this podcast as well, but he is enjoying himself, fucking dancing it up somewhere, I guess in the desert or something like that.
Bakersfield 4-day music festival, camping out there.
Lucky fucking duck. So he's having a good time. But he did say that he did want to participate in one of these podcasts, and I'm hoping that, if we can get him on the line and sort of maybe between us all, like I guess it's just really for mine and Sean, because Nick, you're already in one, but pick his brain a little bit, especially when it comes to how does Dynasty work in Sleeper. What are the things that can be done or should be done, how that works. But maybe this is probably a good time to actually bring Nick in to kind of give us a little bit of a rundown of what Dynasty is for those that haven't played it before.
Real quick before, again, this is a PSA. We hope that some other people, or maybe everybody in our league, would be down to give this a go as well, and just add this to your repertoire of fantasy football year over year. I'm definitely in. Obviously Bryan and Nick are in, and Chris has expressed interest that he's down as well. So that's a pretty key piece. But we need at least 10 or maybe up to 12. Is there a magic number?
I don't know. I thought we
I like 12.
Yeah,
that would
Nick,
be nice.
Nick, you want as many as possible, it sounds like.
Yeah, because you don't want, I find it lame if there's a bunch of juice on the waiver wire when you have a rookie that's like baking on your bench, you know, because then none of the stuff you bake will ever come to fruition if there's just so much juice on the wire.
Well, I mean,
It
if we
makes
can
it
only,
kind of ridiculous.
I feel like
That
this
makes
is kind
sense.
of one of the beggars can't be choosers. So, like what we like, I'd be stoked. Like, so we've got four like right now who've said that yes, we'd be interested or down. I'd be stoked if we could get four more, if or the entire rest of the league. Like that would be kind of like a dream scenario. Obviously, I
Yeah, we're
think it would be.
definitely gonna have to pick up some people from the streets.
I
So
that
this is
that
Yeah,
that
maybe any friends or, like maybe, yeah, people right outside the inner circle or something. So it sounds like 12 you're saying, Nick, is like that would be
that would
ideal.
be ideal.
We can
10 is
still
like
do it. We can still do it with
just
10. It would be like
it
the
would just be a
level
little
of
bit different.
strategy
Yeah,
and competition would be
it would
higher
go
if there
down.
are 12 teams. Yeah.
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 Well, so let's get into a little bit about the details of what
Yeah.
Dynasty is. So so Nick, can you walk us through what happens at the very beginning of creating a Dynasty league? Because the Dynasty league doesn't exactly work like other
Yeah.
fantasy football leagues at all, and it's a little bit different, especially when it's the very first year of a dynasty. So can you kind of walk
So
us through
like,
that process?
all right. So when we are an hour before our draft and you're getting all hyped up and you're like, "Ooh, I got a strategy. I know what I'm gonna do." Well, think about that feeling and then times it by fucking 10 because the first draft is gonna be these are your forever guys. These are the people that are gonna come into your house and they're gonna make sure if you're good or you're bad. So your first draft goes the whole way. It's everyone. You draft whoever you want and you keep those players forever. So
Right.
it's usually just a snake. It's not like a auction. I haven't done an auction with that. I think that would just be kind of too complicated,
Yeah, it'd
but
probably be
I'm
way too
open to it.
complicated. So
Yeah,
like a
we'll
classic
just do a
snake, like a
classic
classic
snake.
snake draft. Um,
Yeah, and it will be just like our normal draft. Nothing's going to change the first year. It's going to be exactly the same. You'll be able to pick your roster, but there are more picks usually in a keeper. Like the benches are a lot deeper. Instead of like dropping people all the time, you really don't go to the waiver wire as often because your benches are a little bit more loaded. Especially if there's 10 people, we're going to have even more loaded bench.
right.
But so the first year you draft everyone, and then the following year you only draft rookies the first 3 rounds. So the next year the draft is a lot shorter. It's snake again by the loser, and you just draft, the first three rounds. I think it might even be like 6 rounds, but we can change it for how many rookies you want to pick up. And then you can throughout the season you can trade picks. You can trade picks in the off season. You could trade picks before the initial first draft if you wanted. Um, but the keeper I've experienced is snake on the draft and then snake on the waivers.
Okay.
So I'm not too familiar with how Fab would work if we introduce that, if we get a new budget every year. I think that would be kind of cool though to like trade picks and dollars.
And
That
dollars,
would be
yeah,
kind of
no,
sweet.
that would be, and
Yeah,
I feel like the cool thing about a fantasy is, and because you had just mentioned it, like the idea of trading picks, like that just sounds that just sounds so cool, and being able to do things
yeah.
like the
So
only
you,
way that you're really able to get players or effective players on your team, because like you were saying, the waiver wire is not really any good. Is like you have to make trades in order to
yeah,
Yeah, and the dynamic of how you're running your team each year could be a little bit different based on, do I have a squad that I've put together where I feel like I have a chance to win this year? And so maybe I'm willing to trade future picks to like strengthen and go for the championship run this current year. Or, hey, I'm kind of more in like, I'm in future development mode for next year and the year after. So I like
yeah,
that there's like, it's not just like win at all costs for each season of Dynasty. I like that you can kind of, it's almost more like you're managing a real team in real sports where like you're not at a certain point, you realistically say, I'm not trying to win the championship this year, and that's completely fine because I'm trying to build a powerhouse for like the next couple of years.
Totally. Yeah. I do want to say one cool thing to add on to that is after you draft, I was saying we draft 3 rounds in my keeper league. So when you look at your roster trade, it says your full roster, and then it says, you know, 2027 first round, second round, third round, and then it will say 2028 first round, second round, third round, and it will go up to 3 years. So you'll be able to see 3 years of 2029 first round, second round, third round, and you could trade all those picks or some of those picks with players and like that going forward.
Yeah, which is
That's cool.
Yeah, that is really cool. Now,
so then the following year you would just do 2027 first round, second round, third round, and draft. Unless you took somebody else's picks, then you would get their picks plus your picks.
Yeah, which
so
sounds
nice.
That sounds so much fun. And again, for that first initial draft, the end all be all draft, are rookies included in that draft, or do we still draft rookies separately?
I did it all. We did it all at once for mine. It's just like the first year is a normal draft. You draft whoever you want.
Okay, gotcha.
Everybody's on the board.
Gotcha.
And then the following year is just first round, second round, third round of rookies.
Okay.
And then you're done.
Cool.
So it goes by really quick.
Right.
And if there's the more players, like we do it, like you get 2 hours per pick, and it's remote. So usually you'll get a notification when it's your pick, and then the timer starts, and you have 2 hours to just pick somebody, whatever you're doing, and it kind of goes through the weekend.
Right. So it's like it's not
that's
something.
That's good to call out. Like if you've never done a Dynasty startup draft before, like you don't have to just sit there and think, oh my God, I have to commit like 9 hours to get this thing done. Like it goes over multiple days. You don't really have to pay attention for almost all that time until you get an alert that like your pick's going to be coming up pretty soon. So it's a very slow and drawn out thing.
That's cool. And
you
so that's
do your normal day.
Yeah, that's kind of a good thing to know.
Picks. Yeah. Exactly. Or you could just trade your picks away if you don't feel like doing it. So.
But again, all these picks.
That's kind of what I did.
Right, and again, all these picks that we're talking about, these are the
future years.
the future picks and everything. Right. Okay.
Right, unless it was the very first one, but normally people don't trade picks.
People, I can't imagine.
Right, everyone at an equal playing field for the one time only ever in a Dynasty league.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
and obviously there's probably a lot more details around how does this work? How does that work? Can we set something up this way? And like Bryan said, we want Chris. I mean, he's such a valuable asset because he's set these leagues up before. He's the commissioner of another Dynasty. So hopefully we don't get too bogged down in those details, at least just for right now. We're kind of just trying to like get the word out and feel if people have an appetite or curiosity to join this. I know some people already have a lot of leagues and stuff like that, so maybe it's hard to think about adding something new in. But it's not just adding, oh my God, another redraft league. I have freaking 6 leagues that I'm doing. Like this is something kind of bigger picture than that you would do for a long time.
Right, a long haul.
It makes it feel special. That's at least that's the way it appears to me. It would feel
it's more of like a manager feeling kind of thing. You're
absolutely
just like managing your team, like as events happen in the world, and you're just like, oh, something's happened with this. I don't want him on my team anymore. I'll trade him. I'll trade a pick or whatever, or pick somebody up in the off season. Somebody's on the waiver wire. You can just go ahead and pick them up.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool. It makes it more of a year-round thing, even though obviously during the football season is when it's going to be most active. But there are things you can do to like still feel connected to your team during the off season.
Yeah. It is.
Yeah.
It's the truest meaning of the word fantasy, right? Like like the closest that you'll get to, I guess, that this kind of format has to being like a manager of a team. The idea.
Yeah, you want your Ashton Genty. You want that to be your guy. like you want to ride or die with Genty, then here's your chance to do that. You know, you don't have to worry about, I redraft every year.
Yeah, and the format's the same. Like how we changed the format in ours, we're not going to be doing that because you have to keep to a strategy that you want to fill your
Right.
lineup. You know, it can't be
Yeah. So
changing
the
it
structure
randomly.
is the same year in, year
Yeah,
out. It's not
Right.
like,
it's
now it's a
easier.
2 quarterback dynasty
Yeah,
league.
it's not as intense as ours during the year, but it's more satisfying longer term. It's a longer burn, basically. Yeah.
Makes sense. Well, is there anything else that we really need to kind of cover to like give people something to chew on here? I think the only other thing that comes to mind is I personally, this is just my opinion. I think it would still be nice to make it a buy-in league each year. I mean, maybe it doesn't have to be, that huge or
Yeah.
anything, but just having a little bit of skin in the game obviously makes fantasy a lot more intriguing each
Absolutely.
year.
Yeah, I would be down for, to go that direction. Like obviously, I think keeping our original league the real big pool, because we have things like the weekly payouts, different things like
Yeah.
that. Like I feel like there's a reason that it's gotten to the size that it has. To keep it kind of fun. But this would be, I feel like, kind of just a much more classic run of the season, and having like a nice little prize at the end, I think would be cool.
Right.
Totally.
So, we obviously, whatever, we can figure out all those details and stuff, but just know there would be some buy-in just to make it so there's a little bit to win each year, besides just the glory of having an awesome freaking dynasty squad that, maybe you're a powerhouse for multiple years in a row and there's not much other teams can really do about it.
Dude, the Rain of Joey coming back, that'd be terrible.
Oh, God, yeah.
God, he fucking owned our other league for, God, so many years, it seems like. Just was always winning it. But
I guess,
Joey,
one other
way.
question I would have. Yeah, exactly. Here you go, Joey. You can start up a new Dark Lord Reign of Terror in a different way. But maybe, Nick, this is a question for you, but would we do this draft like just any time between now and the start of the season? Or is it like you said remotely, obviously we don't have to get together, which really makes that a lot easier, but does it make sense to like do this earlier, or would a dynasty startup you'd still want to draft like as close to the start of the regular season as possible?
I'm glad you asked, Sean. Well, the first year would be traditional, so as close to the season as possible, because things are moving and shaking to the very last minute. But then after the first year, then all that needs to happen is the rookie draft in May. So anytime after that, we would draft, and it wouldn't make a difference. So my drafts are usually at the end of May, because the rookies have been picked to a team.
Yeah, like the actual NFL draft happens. So it's like anytime after the actual NFL draft, we can have our
rookie draft,
our seasonal rookie draft. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah. So this year we would do something, a remote draft over multiple days, probably in like end of August, early September, something like that, and then every year after that, it's just that really short, like 3-round type rookie draft in the end of sometime in May or something.
Yeah, or June or July, whatever.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Yeah, I'm excited. I'm kind of stoked. I'm really hoping that some people might be excited for this idea. Again, we encourage posting any questions or ideas or thoughts or anything. I'm not sure when we were hoping to get Chris on the line, but we're hoping that will be sometime soon. And
maybe we can use what kind of feedback we get from the guys in the league, and if there's interest, and especially if people have some follow-up questions or details that they want to know about, that might be a good way to say, okay, let's bring Chris on and try to frame this thing up even more specifically.
Yeah, totally.
All right. I mean, yeah, it's I can't really think of anything else to cover. And again, I really appreciate everybody for hopping on. Nick, Sean, thank you, both for being here. Everybody who's listening, thank you for taking a little bit of time out of your day. I know fantasy is still kind of far away, but we're hoping to get people back into the spirit of things and get excited about possibilities of what could be.
Hell yeah.
Can I just put out my give myself a bump or whatever it's called, a live push, or I can't think of what it's called, but I have a new Twitch channel. It's NickLegit_. If you want to watch me play Overwatch, come to my channel.
Ooh.
And always like and subscribe our YouTube Killicali Football, and we're trying to get 100 followers this year.
Yeah, Nick's trying to do all our house cleaning for us.
Yeah, plug.
And actually, dude, I didn't even subscribe to the Killicali YouTube until a couple of seasons ago. I was like, why? Well, I'm on them, so I know when they're coming out. But but then finally subscribing and because Bryan, you're the one that puts them up there over the last few years. It is nice to get that little alert, oop, new episode's up.
Episode. That's true. Yeah. So if you guys are feeling genuine or not genuine, generous. I don't know, but
fake assholes.
However anybody's feeling, I hope everybody's doing good, and hope this little podcast thing finds everybody well. Again, any questions or ideas or anything, definitely put them in the chat. And once we get Chris on, upcoming soon, we can definitely go over a lot of those things and hopefully just kind of go more in depth about sort of what to expect when it comes to the way rules work, the way trades work, the way everything would go under with Sleeper.
Yeah.
Awesome.
I'm excited.
I'm excited.
It'd be fun to make it happen.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I guess that's all from us. But again, thank you everybody for stopping on in, and look forward to another awesome fantasy season coming up.
Yeah, we're getting there.
It's close.
Hold on to your butts.
Thanks, Sam Jackson.
All right.
Yeah.
Peace, y'all.
All right. Take care, everybody.